Hello students, welcome to NIRS Education channel. Let us continue the lesson, The Happy Prince. In our previous session, we came to know that Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. He was covered with gold and he had sapphires for eyes and he had a ruby in his sword. He was kept, that statue was kept high above the city. And one day a swallow which was flying to Egypt, it came to that city and it decided to stay there that night. Then it saw the statue of Happy Prince and it alighted just between the feet of Happy Prince. And it was about to sleep. That time a large drop of water fell on him. He was surprised because the sky was very clear. Stars are quite clear and bright. Then also it was raining, so he was surprised. Then another drop fell. At that time only another drop of water fell on him. Now let's continue the lesson. What is the use of statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said. I must look for a good chimney pot. And he determined to fly away. Then he said to himself, what is the use of this big statue if it cannot keep the rain off? If it cannot protect me from the rain, then what is the use of this statue? He said, I must look for a good chimney pot. Then he decided to look for a good chimney pot. He decided to change his place. And he determined to fly away. And he took firm decision to fly away from that place. But before he had opened his wings, the third drop fell and he looked up and saw. What did he see? Yes, before he had opened his wings, the third drop fell. Third drop of water fell on him and he looked up. Then he looked up and saw, what did he see? And what did he see there? The eyes of the Happy Prince were filled with tears and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. Then the bird saw the eyes of the Happy Prince were filled with tears and tears were running down the golden cheek. His face was beautiful in the moonlight. Swallow could see the face of that statue very clearly. That the little swallow was filled with pity. Seeing the miserable condition of Happy Prince, the swallow filled with pity. Who are you? He said. Then bird asked Happy Prince, who are you? I am the Happy Prince. Then statue replied, I am the Happy Prince. Here that statue is personified. Human qualities are given to inanimate object. So statue is talking here. Okay. Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. Then bird asked, if you are a Happy Prince, then why are you weeping? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. You have drenched me. Drench means made wet. Okay. You made me completely wet. When I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue. I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. Then that statue started to tell its story. When I was alive and had a human heart, when I had human heart, answered the statue. I did not know what tears were. Happy Prince said, when I was human being, that time I did not know what tears were. For I lived in the palace. Because I lived in the palace, I did not know anything about the miseries of people or difficulties. Where sorrow is not allowed to enter. The palace was the place where the sorrow is not allowed to enter. We did not know anything about sorrow. My courtiers called me the happy prince. The courtiers called me happy prince, and happy indeed I was. And in fact, I was very happy when I was human. So I lived and so I died. Like that only I lived and I died. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. Then he said, yes, after my death, they made the statue of me and they kept me in the high place that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. Now I can see all the ugliness and misery of my city. When I was human being, I did not know anything about these ugliness and misery. But now I can see all these things. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. Now my heart is made of lead, a kind of metal. Yet I cannot choose but weep. But I can't control weep. I am crying. Though my heart is made of lead, also I am weeping now. I am crying, seeing the miserable condition of my people. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Then swallow said himself, is he not solid gold? Earlier swallow thought that the whole statue was made up of gold. But now Happy Prince is telling what? His heart is made of lead. That's why he said, what? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks, but he did not want to ask that to the Happy Prince. He did not want to make any personal remark. Okay? Let us stop here. We shall continue in the next session. Thank you for watching video.